if you had to tell somebody why they should be interested in sickle cell and why they should pay attention to sickle cell, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that sickle cell is primarily in the African American community. It gets lost a lot because of cancer, lupus, and things like that. But it's a simple thing, just like giving blood, could save somebody's life. And I think that's a real major thing. I think you should look up on it, because with education and knowledge, you will be able to handle situations better.
Pain as it relates to sickle cell disease is one of the most common complications that we see in patients who have sickle cell anemia or sickle cell disease. When you don't have oxygen, when you have a lack of oxygen to the tissues, it causes tissue damage and sometimes tissue death, what we call tissue necrosis, which sends off signals that cause pain. And there are times where there can be chronic areas that have had repeated damage. So repeated insults of lack of oxygen to a particular tissue, which can cause more permanent damage or scarring.
So we're here with Donnell Ford, and we're going to talk a little bit about a special event that you have coming up. It's going to have a little fashion in it and a whole bunch of stuff. So, can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's going to be a little fashion, a little food, a little fun. It's May 24th, 4 o'clock, the YMCA at Ragsdale, Jamestown, North Carolina. And we're putting this event on to raise money for sickle cell enrichment camp. We have this camp once a year for a week. Lets the kids come out and just forget that they have sickle cell and be regular kids. Because a lot of these kids are sheltered, they don't get to play, have fun. So we give them an opportunity to do that, just be kids.
Okay. And so in the event itself, now are you going to be designing any of the clothes? Or?
Well, I solely design everything that you will see on the 24th. We have a little kids' clothes, we have some women, we have some men, we have a couple of hats, some other things like that. And we also have a special shirt that's coming out for sickle cell that I will show that day also.
Oh, okay. That sounds amazing. And so why is this so important to you? How did you come about even doing this in the first place?
Well, the reason I decided to do a fashion show is because that's what I do. I own Too Clean Clothing, and fashion just kind of worked out. That's what I do anyway. And I always had a passion for sickle cell kids because I have sickle cell myself, and I grew up in this camp. And year after year, you grow up, and then you become a part of it. It's like a family. And then I went from camper to counselor to head counselor to just friend. Everybody knows me, so it's kind of hard when the United Way kind of cuts your funds and we can't get as many kids, we can't do as many things. But I feel like if anybody could help, it's people that have sickle cell, you know? So that's what it all stems from.
And what are the special things that they do at this camp for the kids?
Well, we try to do a field trip. Sometimes we do a field trip and sometimes we can't afford to. But we have swimming, we have education, we have basketball, treasure hunts, rock climbing, all types of stuff.
Wow. And is this an event that you're going to try to do annually, or is it just a...
Well, we're going to try to do something to where when it comes up to time for camp, we can, you know, give back, because it's well deserved and it's well needed. A lot of people from the triad really push and give their all for these kids, and I want to be one of those people.
And it's kind of amazing because you did mention that you have a company called Too Clean, and so you're like the owner of this company, and you also have sickle cell anemia.
Yes, ma'am.
So what advice can you give someone who might be battling something similar to that, or something, you know, that might put in the way of that every way? What advice can you give them?
I would say, well, me as a kid, I always had a problem with the word no and the you can't. So don't let anybody tell you what you can't do, and never look at your circumstance as a struggle or a crutch or complaint, because everybody got something to complain about. So look at it as a hurdle. And when somebody runs hurdles, it's just a challenge they have to get over to make the victory even sweeter.
And again, can you kind of, well, before we get into that, there's a motto that you have. I'd love for you to tell us about the motto, because I think it's pretty cool.
Well,
it's real cool.
the motto I have personally is called Jet Life, or living above what people think or above the expectation of what people give you. You know how when people judge you and say, oh, he has this, he can't do that, or oh, she has this, she can't do that, she comes from this family, that's not possible. Well, I think with God, anything is possible. So if you put your mind to it, you can do it. So that's what a jet represents to me. It's always flying exclusively, mostly by itself or with a small circle of friends. Because a lot of people can get you messed up. So, and it's always at one destination and it gets there quick.
Wow. Well, you're very inspirational. And
Thank you.
One of the things that I would like to point out is that he looks young. If you don't mind, how old are you?
I am 27 and I have a license to prove it. So, yeah, a lot of people say that, like, yo, you 16, 17. You know, I guess it's a blessing. Everybody says it's a good thing. I haven't found any benefits yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let you know.
And this event again, where is it located?
It's located at the Ragsdale YMCA in Jamestown, North Carolina, right next to GTCC.
And the timing?
4 o'clock. We will have tickets at the door. Tickets are $15. All proceeds will go to Sickle Cell Camp. There will be fashion. We'll have some tapas, and some fun.
Okay. And how could people actually find you and find out, a little bit more about the event itself?
Well, you can email me at twoclean.dc@gmail, or you can go to the site at the number 2cleanclothing.com, and we'll be sure to get back to you with any information you need.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for having us.